Hi, Oz Hillman here with the TGI Video Minute. Did you know that there are 7 cultural mountains or spheres that most define the culture today? You know, back in 1974, Bill Bright and Lauren Cunningham met for the very first time. Bill Bright was with Campus Crusade for Christ and Lauren Cunningham with Youth with a Mission. And it was during that time that they had met for the very first time. And it just so happened that that week God spoke to each of them individually and said, you know, if we're going to shape culture, it's got to be through these 7 areas. And different people call them different things. Some call them mind molders. Some call them gates. I like to call them mountains because there's a lot of reference in the scriptures, like in Isaiah 2:2 that talks about these cultural mountains. And so these are business, government, arts and entertainment, education, the family, religion, media, and government, and I think arts and entertainment. And so these areas are the areas that most define culture. So what we learned is that culture can be shifted as little as with 2 to 3% of a people or a leadership at the top of a cultural mountain. Most cultures are defined by the top leadership, and so that's why it's so important for us to raise up young men and women into these 7 areas in order to have greater influence. It's not for the purpose of controlling culture, but having the opportunity to represent God's love and grace in the culture. When Jesus came to earth, God told him, his Father, was to destroy the works of darkness and to have his kingdom represented on earth. He prayed that there would be heaven on earth. And so that's really the principle that we're talking about. And in Genesis, Adam and Eve were to have dominion. But that word dominion is a problem word for many in the culture, especially non-believers, because it connotates a takeover, and that's not what we're really talking about. We're not talking about dominionism here. We're talking about a people that love the culture, that love the people in the culture, so that Christ can really love them through them and begin to solve cultural problems. So when we do that, I believe that we'll have greater influence in the culture. So think about that today as you go through your workplace, and think about how you are going to solve a cultural problem that God might want you to solve. You know, that's what we're all about. We're to be salt and light wherever we are. So I pray that it's a good day, good week for you. God bless.